Okay, so I am going to run the Loewenhardt. It's a fun ship, and I actually enjoy operation of Naval Station Newport because I find that it's a really good DPS test. You have to force yourself to stay in it and hit the timers, get the kills, move, go go go. Especially when you have just a random group of people you don't know. So the shtick for this ship, because it's a premium, is come on. It has a lot of secondaries. A lot of secondaries up there. It's got secondaries down here. So it's kind of like a tier 6 Graf Zeppelin, but its accuracy is terrible. Graf Zeppelin has like laser accuracy. This accuracy sucks. But it shoots a lot of stuff. So you'll still get hits with it. You miss a lot. So aside from having the secondaries where you have a lot of them, you have both types, the bigger and the smaller guns. The planes are stronger. The attack aircraft are tier 8. The bombers have midway bombs. They just use 2 bombs instead of 6. So they're very good at starting fires, and they hit very hard. And the torpedoes are trash. So the stronger planes, they come in lower numbers. You only have 9 of each, as opposed to like other stuff in the tier has like 12 or 14 or something of each plane. You only have 9, and they take longer to regen. So you have to be a little more careful, but you have stronger hitting stuff. Okay, so looking at the build out, we've got fire and flood flags, the fire from the HE bombs, as well as the secondaries, which I am going to use probably in this defense thing. Secondary flag because secondaries, and economic flags because it's a premium. Going to the equipment, we've got the plane 1. You could swap this for a damage control mod upgrade to make your CV's damage con last a minute and a half, but I'm not worried too much. It's an operation. It'll be fine. Slot 3, we are buffing the secondaries. Otherwise, we'd get the aerial torpedoes, but the torps are trash. I mean, bad. So we're doing secondaries. And over here, which one gets more health? We could do bombs. We could do attack aircraft. I find the attack aircraft are brutal in this operation, so we're going to buff their health and try to keep them alive. For the commander, we have more planes, faster planes, healthier planes. Concealment. We dropped aircraft armor and last gasp so that we could take those 4 points and get a third 4-point skill. Now, manual secondaries sucks for tier 6 ships, but I'm not going to respec him just for the fun of it. So we're going to have this, which is going to give us a little bit of an accuracy boost. But I have AFT as well as manual as well as concealment. So I had to lose something, so I'm losing a little bit of plane health. And lastly, we've got improved engines so that we can speed around a little longer, just with a little more engine juice. Already hear the DDs begging for mercy. So the only reason I'm going to use torps is if I need to delay. Because the AI, when it's sailing, if it sees torpedoes, it'll veer off to the side and it'll cut its engine. It'll slow down. And part of this mode is trying to stop the enemy from crossing your outer perimeter for a set amount of time. So if the enemy's getting too close, I may use torps just to try to slow the AI down to help the team shoot them for longer. But mostly I'm going to be specializing with rocket planing the crap out of cruisers and using the bombs on the battleships. I don't really have anything good for striking destroyers, so I don't want to waste the time. I'd really rather my team shoot the destroyers than have me waste time going after them. And with the bombs, you can if you land both bombs, you're almost guaranteed to fire. You're not guaranteed to fire, but you're almost guaranteed to fire. So if you drop light a fire, the AI will immediately put the fire out. So bam, damage con down. And you just turn right around and you light them on fire again. And the reticle is so small that you can choose where you want to drop in front of the battleship, and you can see where your bombs will land. You can try to aim them to land in different spots of the battleship to place additional fires, as opposed to just like, fuck it, man, I'm just going to drop it in the middle. Just got audacious, been trying to use it. The tier 8 rockets are also amazing. So it's a combination of the rockets and the bombs. Like they have to pull power out of something, you know. They can't just make everything so, you know, stupidly strong. So yeah, the Torps got extreme nerf. I don't think their flood chance is very high. They only go 30 knots. For some reason, they go 6 kilometers. I mean, who the hell is going to shoot a 30-knot Torp from 6 kilometers away? But, you know, it's there if you want to do it. It does have secondaries, which is fun, but they're so inaccurate that unless you're 2 or 3 kilometers away, it's not gonna like win you the fucking game. Okay, so we don't have a DD, which means we're gonna be the primary spotter, so we'll have to try to use our fighters to make sure that teammates can see the enemy. And for those that don't know this, there are 3 waves. If the wave starts here, the next is here, the next is here. If the wave starts here, the next is here, the next is here. If it's in the middle, it's a little more varied. Once those 3 waves are down, if you beat them within a timer, you get a little bonus ship, and 2 cruisers will follow that bonus ship. Which means you can kind of kill them a little faster than something else. Whereas if you don't get the little bonus ship, those 2 additional cruisers spawn on the sides with the end wave. So it'll be a battleship and 2 cruisers, battleship 2 cruisers, battleship 2 DDs, instead of having 2 less cruisers because they spawned early, which means you can shoot them faster. Also, fun thing, the Tenryu has an exposed citadel on the deck, so if you use the HE bombers, every bomb that hits is 8k damage. It's kind of dumb. But I think that's the only one that happens to, so I'm just going to be using the rocket planes. I'm going to be trying for about 7 to 8k per strike every strike. And the AA in these first 4 ships is pretty terrible, so I shouldn't lose any planes here. However, it does take a long time for... Oh, that was terrible. That was way too low. Worked out, but it takes a really long time between strikes, which means we're going to go all the way to the other ships before we can shoot again. Oh, there's an 11-4. That's pretty good. And we'll swing around and maybe hit the Yubari. But yeah, 2 strikes, I'm already at 18.7. So this is an excellent operation for learning the strike timing and kind of feeling out the ship. There's another 12. So suddenly, like, this whole first wave, which usually takes randoms a while to chew through, like, we've already ripped 31,000 health out of it. And that's just in 3 strikes. This ship makes this operation so much easier. We might be able to kill the Chikuma here. Probably good. Yep. 8k. Let's swing around and get this last dude. Once this ship dies, the next wave will spawn here. It's 2 battleships, 2 destroyers, and a cruiser. The cruiser is all the way in the back. And if we rocket him, I guess we could go over and rocket him. We'll just do that real quick. The Isakaze has really shitty AA, so I'm going to drop a fighter here to spot him for people to shoot. And I'll make my 1 little shot on the Furutaka. If I bring more than 1 little group of rocket planes, the enemy AA is going to be enough to actually kill 1 or 2 of my rocket planes. And this ship does not regenerate planes very quickly, so you kind of have to jealously guard your resources. You want to make sure that they count and don't just throw them away. Okay, so we saved up our engine boost. Furutaka is spotted. Let's try and get a good line. Once I take this shot, rather than come back and continue to screw with the Furutaka, because I'm only going to be able to hit him once, and then I have to fly all the way back, I'm going to do fires on the Kaiser. The T-22 actually has not shitty AA, so I'm not really going to spend as much time fucking with him. I'm just going to kind of prep the battleship, kill his damage con, and try to light him on fire. Yep. Glad to help. But dear, Boderides? I don't know how to say your name. If you want to kind of explain how to say your name, that would be cool. So, You can see how incredibly small this reticle is, which means we pretty much can't miss. That being said, of course you can miss, but I mean, it's a very, very small little reticle. So we've already gotten the Kaiser to damage con, so place the reticle, start a little before the reticle is on top of them, because once the accuracy firms up, it kind of jerks forward. Here we go, we've got a fire. Let's see if we can get a second fire. So we're gonna aim kind of more for his ass. So we'll be dropping like maybe just before the nose of the ship to try to get the bombs to land on the back half of the ship. Nope, I should have held just a little bit farther. Alright, so we have an Isakaze that is probably going to kill our Warspite. That's a problem. Maybe we can take a rocket strike at him. Try to keep our Warspite alive. Really suck if this guy, you know, fires off a full rack of torps and just obliterates one of our battleships. We overpenned him pretty bad. Warspite's turning out. It's got some secondary help. That's fine. Let's hit the Furitaka. Cool. So there's 83. Maybe we can swing around and hit this guy again and just take him out, and then we can try to really focus on getting some fires and bombs. Last wave just appeared on the map. It's going to be 3 cruisers and 3 destroyers over here. Cool. Cruisers down. We can work on the Kaiser just to finish this off, although I think everybody likes kills, so probably a bunch of people are just going to shoot him and kill him. We can work on the Isijushi, however the fuck you say the name. Now this last group presents kind of a problem. There's actually enough AA in that last group that you're going to receive consistent plane loss. So I'm going to maybe go over there and attack the Aoba, which is on the side, with like 2 rocket planes, or maybe a group of 4 rocket planes, so that I'm not losing them all. I'm gonna hit a midships. Hey, got a fire. He's dead. So that I won't just throw away all of my rockets. Because if I strike here and I linger, I'm gonna lose at least 1 plane, maybe 2, before I can strike anything else. So instead, I'm just gonna take my little 1 shot at a time. Very nice to hear, Sonic. There's the Aoba. These rockets interact really, really badly with terrain features and stuff. So you have to be very, very conscious about that crap. And we're just gonna get them out and come back. Sucks, but we already lost 1 plane. Just try to go back in, hit them again. These DDs are also an issue because we have a lot of people that are out of position because they're just going to run and hide in the back of the map. So we may actually lose this flank. Why are you guys running? Oh, they want to repair, I guess. Gonna be more of a turn than I want to be, and we're gonna have to bring out the torps here to try to slow down those destroyers.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
We haven't even seen the third one, the Gaide, or however you say its name. So obviously if I can actually hit one of these things, that's going to be better than just chucking torps at it. So I'm going to lead the torps probably out here, because it's what, 30 knots for the torps, which is pretty terrible. The DDs are probably going a little faster than 30 knots. So we got 1 hit. He's turned. Cool. Let's see if we can get the Fubuki to turn. Probably a shit drop, but as long as it gets the DD to like swerve and slow down, you know, it's achieving what we want. Okay, Fubuki hard turned, which is good. Our Fuso is trying his best. And also the Furitaka slowed down. Really need damage on this guy, please. Ooh, there we go. We really needed that. Can we get a second strike on the Furitaka that hurts? And should be a kill. Damn it. I'm so used to just sending planes that I forgot to click. But once he crosses this line, it automatically triggers the last wave, so that's not good. Maybe if we had some of those cruisers up front still helping with the DDs, it would have been a little different, but we didn't. So let's try to finish off this Nuremberg. Okay, so the Nuremberg and the Aoba are actually, they're going to be roaring in pretty quick. The York actually moves in pretty quick too. So let's take a quick shot at this Nuremberg, see if we can just slow him down or something. And then we kind of have to choose what do we want to prep, because we don't have good attack lines on these cruisers with the AP rockets. We'll just lose too many of them. But we can certainly start working on this Izumo with fucking 80,000 health. Come on. Set a few fires and get him to start burning, because he is kind of a raid boss for the randoms that we're going to be playing with. Do I get the shot with 2? I do. Cool. Did something. So I'm still up here because I do have... I get detected from space, unfortunately. I think I may actually pull back. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull back.
Autopilot mode enabled.
So normally I'd like to use my secondaries to deal with maybe these as they come in, but with these additional cruisers on the side, I'm going to get overrun, and if I'm the most appealing target, granted they're going to kill the Dallas first, but if I'm the most appealing target, then I'm going to eat a lot of shit for it, and I don't think I can actually survive 4 cruisers and potentially 2 DDs chucking stuff at me. I just don't think that's a thing I can do. So he put out his fire. Let's see if we can relight. Cool. Ah, that sucks. No fire. That's a real big problem. How about we work on this Nuremberg? Because he only has the masses AA to help him, which means I can probably get a strike and swing around to get a second strike. The DDs are still an issue, but we can at least get this guy because he's pulled ahead. Why the fuck is the Miyoko going that way? Maybe the Miyoko's AI freaked out? I'm not sure. I'm gonna ram this Warspite. Would suck. Not the best strike. So again, you have to be really... Oh, nope. I'm just straight out of rocket planes, so... Yeah. Don't know. Might have to try to torp some stuff. Low on planes. Oh, so this is definitely the weakness of the Loewenhardt. You have impactful stuff, you really do. But you do run out of it. So that is absolutely something to be concerned about. 3 rocket planes, 20 seconds more till another one. Could probably just go with the 3. Can I get another fire? That might stick, maybe? Please? There is a fire. Is he gonna stick though? No, just reset his damage con. Fuck, don't have the follow-up fire. Damn it. Yes. So the Saipan has very hard-hitting planes for the tier, and as a result, it's under. It has slow regen and it's low on resources. Well, the Loewenhardt is similar. It has hard-hitting planes for the tier, although because it has the secondaries, like, you know, they pulled power out of. I mean, they pulled power from a variety of places, right? Because it's got a lot of stuff in its toolkit.
Destination reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
Might win this. Not gonna get a 5-star though, because we didn't stop the invasion in time. But yes, very susceptible to plane loss. I think one of those hits. Yep, one of them did hit. That's something. We try to turn the Baron. I will try to turn the Baron. The Zumo's still coming in. I have 6 bombs, which means I can strike him twice, so hopefully I can set a fire that matters. Or I could go for the Baron, potentially strike 3 times. I might have to do. We go for the Miyoko though. I have 4 rocket planes. Let's go for the Miyoko. I mean, I could light fires on a battleship, or I could fucking shred a cruiser. I think I'm gonna go with shredding a cruiser. 12k damage up front. I mean, technically, like, the bombs could do 8k, and then there's a fire, and then there's other shit, so, like, yeah, they do damage too, but there's something pretty satisfying about seeing half of a health bar just get fucking slapped. Not to say it happens every time. Do I get a shot? I don't even know if I get this shot. Oh, I'm too close, fuck. Overpens. How about this? We'll do this. Gonna recall. Gonna set that guy here. And we can start reversing so the hull will swing out and be able to secondary into that guy. And we're low on bombers, we're low on rocket planes. The secondaries will slowly beat down the Miyoko if nobody else kills him. Okay, well, somebody else killed him. But I can set up for the Koenig, who might get clapped by those DDs. The Loewenhardt has it has a protected citadel, but the rest of its armor is pretty shit. If I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure the rest of its armor is pretty shit. But why does that matter? Because if you go broadside to use your secondaries, if somebody shoots you with AP, it's just going to overpen and do reduced damage. Cool. Which means they kind of have to, it forces them to shoot HE, but you have a damage con that lasts a minute. So they're not really going to get fire damage. And then once you get saturated, they're doing even half damage with the HE. It's designed to take a lot of punishment. However, if you angle, you know, you angle aggressively. Ugh. Miss with both of those? No, hit with one. If you angle aggressively, you may actually take like full pen damage from AP shells that strike you, and then suddenly you're not as healthy as you used to be. Let's see, so if he shoots me, it just rips through the hull. Biggest weakness is of course torpedoes. You're showing a lot of side and you don't turn very sharply. Yeah, Mini Hannibal, that was funny. I sent the raid and you dispoofed. It happens though. It's all good. I saw you in the channel earlier, so I'm like, ooh, he was just here. How about we send him some love? That'd be fun, right? Fucking die? You gonna ram? He might ram. Be hilarious. Okay, we really need to set fires on this Izumo. Really need him to burn down. Might just completely lose this thing. Like we got some fires on the Kaiser or something, or the Koenig, so that shit's going down soon. I think the Izumo just damage conned. Oh my goodness. Please, make what the damage is, do the thing. Cool, Koenig is down. Get the Izumo, and again, we're gonna try to show the Izumo our side. So you're like, why are you angled like that? It's because I want him to shoot through my hull and make it look like Swiss cheese. Did we lose? All onshore shit's destroyed. There's the Liberty and the St. Clair left, so... Cool. Gunkin is pretty dead. I think he burns to death. Let's see if we can get the Baron. Tell it to go this way. Again, we want to show the side, right? If it's gonna AP me, I want it to Swiss cheese through the hull. If he's gonna HE me, then, well, there's nothing I can do about that.
Attention. Main fleet forces arrive.
Engaging enemy. Problem solved, sir. We're under attack.
Okay. Well, I wish it was a cleaner run, but we did almost about 270k damage.
The ship is on fire.
Attention.
Ugh.
Reinforcements reached our base.
12 seconds. Can you even get to turn to shoot this guy some more? In a little. Die! He didn't die. Yeah, so you have a lot of damage potential with this thing in operations. You really, really do. You just have to be a little jealous with your planes. Because when the planes get shot down and they take a minute and a half to regen, yeah, you know, when they get shot down with the AA at the end of the match, you don't have the time for them to come back. So, yeah. What is this? Deal a bunch of damage. Hit a bunch of things. He did win. It's 1100.